Live. Welcome to A VO's Journey. My name is Anthony Pica. This show is all about helping the new and upcoming voiceover artists grow their business and sidestep all of the crazy things that I seem to step on. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm excited to be here. We are in Thanksgiving week. It has been crazy busy. I don't know how busy it has been for you guys, but I've been swamped. So I want to keep on talking about what I was talking about yesterday with the branding tips, because I think what happens is when we go into branding and we go into talking about how to grow our business and all this stuff, you hear people like me and it's like, oh, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. But it's difficult to actually get hard facts or things so you can actually do it. Hey, Greg, what's up, buddy? And so I want to talk to you today about a particular way to tell your story and as a voice actor, and that should help you. And it should be fairly simple, and it'll be a way that you can start doing, making content, putting it out there, putting it in different ways, and hopefully this will help out. So I want to talk about you creating your own 60-second or less video content with you actually doing small snippets of voiceover reads. So, perfect example. When you are doing a voiceover, okay, we record it, of course, and, we're here alone doing our stuff. But what if you took a camera, your phone even, and you put it somewhere and you just hit record and you did the voiceover, okay? Then you actually hit stop after, 60 seconds or so, a little bit less, between, 15 to 60 seconds. And you took that video and you uploaded it to Twitter, to Instagram, to any of these different places, Facebook, all of these different sites. Now, that's a piece of content. That's a piece of content that makes complete sense with what you're doing. However, let's talk about this and go a step further. So now that we are thinking in the line of taking our work and actually building content around us doing voiceovers, why don't we actually add a little bit of commentary to it? Meaning that you can come on to the video from your phone and say, hey, my name is such and such. This is a really cool read. I'm attempting to do XYZ. The tone I'm going for is upbeat and excited. Then you start to read your copy and you go for it. Hey, John. Hey, Angela. All right. And you start to read it that way. Hey, Mandy. Good to have you. And now you've created a piece of content where you are putting out 60 seconds or less work that you are actually making on your own from your business, showing the world what you're doing, that you can do what you're trying to, or what you say you can do. And now that you have that piece of content, you can actually break that up and do a variety of different things. Meaning, you can take apps or online things like headliner.app, etc. And you can add, sorry, Eric, Eric said something funny. You can use that online site and create different types of formats, meaning you can put blocks above and below. You can create different types of backgrounds. You can create video files from it. From that one piece of content, that video content, you can take it and string together all sorts of other types of content just from you doing that. I love a while ago on my podcast, I interviewed Brent Hagel, incredible person. If you all don't know who he is, he's a voice actor, promo guy. He's opened his own agency now and represents a lot of amazing voice actors. Anyways, I interviewed him a while ago for the podcast, and he talked about how he built a good part of his business was literally posting 60-second or less clips of him doing voiceover reads on Instagram. That's what he did. He had his phone or a camera or whatever, just wherever he was, and he'd post it. Now, you might say, Anthony, that's cool, but I don't have a background like you. I've seen Brent's videos. He has a really cool looking studio. I'm in a hobo fort or I'm in my packing blanket fort, right? Well, here's the thing. You don't have to have your face, you don't have to have a video of you in your studio. You can have a background of whatever you want. You can have your headshot, and you can use that headliner.app like I told you, or After Effects, whatever you want to use, to create the little waves on the bottom, have some copy. It could even be your daily read of the day or something. But the point is that you are putting out content that's also relevant to what you are doing. And as I was saying yesterday, I know we were talking a lot about branding your story and telling your story. But as you're doing that, this is a great way for you to actually build up something like some content for you. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to stress so much about, having all of the answers and all this content to create, when the reality is that we are creating tons of content every single day through our voice. Another thing, we're voice actors, use our voices. I cringe when I see voice actors posting content and there's no sound to it. There's no voice to it. And now listen, that doesn't mean that you can't do quotes and things like that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about in general, when I see voice actors promoting their business and stuff, I don't see, like, you don't hear any voiceover work or them actually narrating their ad. And that just kills me, because that's what we should be doing. It's our voice. All right. That's true. Hilton just posted you can do things behind a green screen. That's right. But the thing is that no matter what, we have the equipment to produce amazing quality voice work. And voice right now, all right, is so big, and we can actually create videos without having to even use our face. I mean, for the longest time, I didn't have a background that I was so, excited about. So what I tried to do was I tried to take things like my podcast, and my podcast in the particular, I use Buzzsprout. And what it allows me to do is it allows me to create little sound bites, and it has just this nice little setup. But like I said, headliner.app, that's a free website for the first 10 videos. It's incredible. You can make free first 10, and then after that you have to pay, but it's 10 a month. And they're really wonderful. And basically, you take your audio, a picture, you stick it in there. It will put it together, create a video of any size or dimension you want, and it will allow you, it'll put those waves, those nice waves, the pixels or whatever that go up and down, as well as you can add copy to it. You can add different pictures. You can even add moving, like you can even add a video if you want or something, but you can do all sorts of things with that. But the point is that I wanted to give you a tip of a concrete a content that you could start posting immediately without having some sort of major storyline, following you. Like I've taken the time to build my story. And that's another thing that I realized when we were talking yesterday, is that when I was talking about my story, my story was built from nothing. I didn't have that story when I started, and I talked about that in my podcast. So, when I started, I was like, I'm starting this out to document my journey, but I didn't actually complete it when I started. I hoped I would, but I didn't know when it would happen. And honestly, when you start something, you don't even know if it will happen. So my story I have now, I didn't start with that story. So what I'm trying to point out to you guys is that when you start, you're not going to have this branded story already. You've got to build it. A great way to build it, I think, is to start creating content with what we're doing, meaning like start doing voiceovers. You'll also start to find that you have a specific set of voiceovers that you're doing regularly. That's another great way to see what kind of, what kind of business you're getting on a regular basis. So anyways, let me recap this one content strategy piece that I like to use, that I think you can use, and it's very effective, and there's people who have built the back of their businesses around it. But you'll notice not a lot of people do it. And when you do see it, you'll notice that it has a great engagement and interaction. And that is you taking daily work and you creating your own clips and videos from voiceovers. Now, I do want to take a step back and pause and say, okay, I don't want you to actually be taking people's work that is their right at, but you can start working on your own things. And I think that it's one of those situations where if you can do this, you can also get practice in. You can also start to understand a little bit better the words and things that are used. But here we go. So, yes, there are certain places where you are allowed to use auditions and stuff for posting your own stuff. That's great. But in general, it makes a lot of sense for you to actually create your own. And here's a tip. I love going to branded websites like Rolex or, Ford, a couple of my favorite brands, Coke or whatever, and using the copy that's written throughout those websites. I like putting together small commercial copy. And through that, then I take that and I can create my own script very easily. Another thing that you can do, again, and I know I've said this a couple times, but you can go to YouTube, find commercials, hit the little 3 dots on the bottom right of the screen that pops up the transcript option. Once you hit that, YouTube automatically transcribes everybody's words if they've clicked, for the audio impaired, and you can see the copy, and you can take that copy then and rewrite it some. The point is I want you to start creating 15-second, 20-second, 30-second pieces of copy. And from that, you do that once a day. It's great practice, okay? You should be able to do that within 15 to 20 minutes. Do the read, post it. I know someone made some hashtags, but make sure you post it and move on with your time. And now you've got pieces of content that you can put across, like I said, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. Start posting it on TikTok. My gosh, I'm starting, I'm working on TikTok. It is a land grab on TikTok right now, right? I mean, it is so, there is so much. I've posted a couple videos and I've already had 1,000 views. And it's crazy. All right. Together. Right. And you can start to build a future business from the attention you grab on TikTok, which is a lot harder to grab attention on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook now, because they're so entrenched and there's so many people there and there's so many algorithms running to hold you down. All right. So that's just another quick tip. But anyways, the point is start creating content from you actually doing some reading, or maybe you even explaining your read. Okay, we don't have to have the world's greatest story to begin. All right, I'd love to hear some questions and everything. I just wanted to come on today and give you a concrete way to create a piece of content that all of us voice actors should be able to do every single day. Okay, or what you could do is you could start one day a week and create, 5 to 10 of these voiceovers, and you have them now for the rest of the week. So you only have to do it one day a week, and then you can just post throughout the week. I mean, you can schedule posts on Facebook. You can use other software. I mean, Hootsuite, it's free to use to use the schedule planner. There's 3 of them it allowed you to use. You can use TweetDeck to schedule. You can do a lot of work to schedule these things in advance that's free and easy. You just have to create the content. All right, cool. Well, let me reach out here and see who we've got watching. I know we've got a bunch of people coming and going over at Instagram. We got the man with the voice. Nice. Richard, what's up? Giselle, what's up? Let's see. We've got Greg. We got Angela, John, Eric, Anthony. You mean invite people into my closet or studio? That's right. Yeah. What's up? Iato, Hilton. Afternoon feels like Friday. Zach Purcell, listening at work again. I hear you. I know what you mean, Hilton. I'm already tired, and we're not even at Wednesday. All right, let's see. Woody, good to see you. Good to be here. Let's see. Janet, thanks for the awesome tip. No problem. Let's see. Hilton, I make content with a green screen, and it looks great. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great thing, and green screens are cheap. You can get a whole green screen kit from Amazon for under $100, and they're just fine, and it works perfectly. Let's see. I used to be a writer. This is Iato. Used to be a writer. So I am helping author bounce ideas back and forth. Hopefully it will show people I can write scripts for them. Nice. You still didn't use the hashtag system laugh out loud. Not sure what you mean by that, Iato. Michael, excellent ideas. Thanks, man. Greg, example on how to create those copies you spoke of. Sure. So I'm assuming it was right before I gave you the example, but a great way to do it is remember every single copy, every single commercial or whatever you do has a beginning, a middle, and an end. All right. A beginning is an introduction. All right. There is a problem. Then there is a solution. And when you go through these websites, you'll see, like if you go to Rolex, I love Rolex's website. By the way, just to FYI, go to Rolex's website. I just love the way it looks. It's a really cool idea because you go there and you'll see like these companies have paid a ridiculous amount of money to copywriters to find really amazing words, putting copy together. And what you can do is you can go through the site, take phrases, take copy from here, there, from anywhere, paste it all together. I mean, these are words, right? And it's important for you to really explore, but that's how you can put it together. All right. And then you can start to listen to it and see how it sounds. And by the way, it's another great way for you to actually start practicing on how to put your own things together, because I think it's wonderful to get a professional demo. Absolutely. And I recommend it. At the same time, I think a vital skill for voice actors, especially, us who are, forging on our own, really building our own businesses and trying to create a production type of studio, it's important for you to be able to produce good sample content. Do you understand what I'm saying? On your own, that other people don't have to do. So in order to do that, you need to start getting a lot better at writing scripts. And to do that, you've got to start going to branded websites and get copy. Another quick tip that I've said this before, but every single day I get tons of stuff in the mail, like tons of advertisements, marketing flyers, et cetera, et cetera. And on those things, there's great copy trying to sell me stuff. Well, you can use that copy. You can use those words, flip them around, use them. It's another great place. Instead of throwing them away right away, use that copy for, and it's great because it's not just copy about like the big brands. You've got copy like from your local lawn mowing service or your air conditioning service, or you've got copy from the local stores or the food, food line or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's another great tip to get copy, and it's all right there for you, and you can piece it together to create your own scripts. So that's a good question. All right, DIY does mean destroy it yourself. John, I don't know what that is. All right, Iato, you were going to teach Greg about the hashtags, but you forgot to use them on YouTube. Plus, I would like to know how to use them. Hashtags but you forgot to use them on YouTube. Plus, I would like to know how to use them. I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember, guys. Sorry. So just read their words and record. Well, no, I mean, you're going to take the words, Greg, off the screen, off the website. You're going to put them together. You're going to copy and paste them, put them into a script that you put together. All right. I mean, again, every single script, every single story has a beginning, middle, and an end. It does really well for you to listen to voiceovers. I mean, the more voiceovers you do, and those people who've been doing this for a while, you have to think. I mean, they all begin to sound very similar. I mean, what I mean by that is like the format and the structure of this begin to sound very similar. And once you get that down, once you listen to enough, it becomes simple, or it becomes a little more easier for you to understand how they should sound, okay? But the whole point is that you're trying this stuff out. This is not supposed to be perfect. And Greg, you just got to go for it, man. Just try it out, see what it sounds like. All right, so add background music to what I read. You can. It's up to you. It's up to you. But remember, you're creating a video you're doing it live, so I don't think you need to add background music. But you can in the future if you want to build a sample. Absolutely. All right, using copy from mailer ads is a great idea. Also pay attention to magazine ads. I found good copy there too. Absolutely. So change the words. Sorry, haven't done any recording yet. Greg, you're killing me, man. You got to just try it, brother. You got to go to these sites, get some words, put them together, try it out. All right, you can do it. Okay, no worries, I'll figure it out. All right, well, message me later, Iato, with the hashtag thing. I'm trying to figure out what you're talking necessarily about the hashtags. Hashtags are great. I mean, if we're talking about strategies when it comes to, hashtags have their own world. I actually use some hashtag apps that help generate hashtags, and it's very helpful. YouTube, I use YouTube Buddy. Now, when I first start on this on Restream, what I'm doing right now, I don't use any hashtags because I'm streaming across 5 different platforms or 5 different places. So afterwards, I go back in and I put together all the hashtags in my YouTube videos. Now, the thing with YouTube, like I said, is I have TubeBuddy, which is an incredible piece of software, or it's not software, it's online and you can use it, and it's a subscription, but it's amazing. It helps you create. It helps you come up with all the hashtags you need. It helps you come up with all the right things like title work and recommendations and suggestions and making sure you're doing what you're supposed to do and all that stuff. So that's really nice. But I also have some apps in my from the App Store that I use, like hashtag generators that help generate hashtags. So that's important for like Instagram. Once I've gotten that, my Instagram stuff has been incredible because I'm reaching 20, 30, 40, 50, even 60% sometimes new people seeing my content, which is a big deal, right? So that's important as well. So those are strategies, but guys, none of this matters unless you're creating content on a regular basis. All right, well, let's go ahead and finish this up and see if anybody's got a couple more questions, and we'll go from there. Let's see. Anybody over on Instagram have any questions? Hey, Richard. Let's see. Happy Tuesday, Rich. Absolutely, man. Greg. No worries. I'm starting out with a Blue Yeti, but regarding my Hobo Fort DIY isn't my forte. I understand. Let's see, Greg, I'm sorry, but no, it's okay, Greg. It's okay. Sometimes we can get like, in the past, I've had this thing called like analysis paralysis, where I analyze stuff so much, I'm just paralyzed and I don't move forward. Sometimes you just got to go for it and leave it all out on the table. And if you screw up, that's all right. Try again. The positive thing is we've got plenty of redos. Okay. But the key is to do it. Because if you don't do it, like I said, if you want to go listen to some crazy stuff, go back and listen to the very first things I did. You'll be like, oh my gosh, that was awful. But I kept doing it, thank goodness, and I didn't give up, and I've gotten better. And you will too. All right. So, all right. Iato, there you go. Bid saved. Hashtags. Thanks. No worries. You answered it. Awesome. Well, hey, you guys, thank you so much. Hopefully, this one little content strategy can help you out right away, creating content that any of us should be able to create. Remember, you can use an app, or you can use an online site called headliner.app. I know that's what it's called, and that really helps out too. That'll help you to create really nice looking videos, and you can just take it with your phone. All right. And every single day or every other single day, you should be trying to create some sort of content by at least putting out there some voiceover, some reads you're doing. Okay. All right, you guys, thank you so much. You have a wonderful, wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to try to do tomorrow because all my family is going to be home and everything tomorrow. Thursday, of course, I'm not, but I'll have something for tomorrow. All right, you guys, thank you guys so much. You have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Talk to you later. Goodbye.